Hey everybody, in this video, a youth futsal analysis reveals game-changing benefits. In other words, we're going to analyze a game live and basically discuss what someone like myself, who is a professional futsal coach and a director of a futsal academy, what we see in the game, and to make you aware of all the benefits that we talk in all the videos, why and how they come out in a game, what to look for in a game. But before we get started, please smash that like button, share it, and make any comments or any questions you might have. Please watch the video in its entirety. Help us navigate through the algorithm of YouTube and keep us relevant. So here we go. Okay, so basically what we're going to go over is we're going to watch an actual futsal game between two teams, and I am going to analyze and discuss what I see on the game, what's going on during the game, that perhaps maybe that you do see or you do not see, or maybe you don't recognize what we're watching, other than the fact that you have two teams playing futsal. So some of the key elements that I want to address, which again, we always emphasize the benefits of futsal, such as playing in tight spaces, lack of timing, quick decision, moving the ball, moving with or without the ball, spatial awareness and whatnot. I want to point out as this game is going on. So as you guys can see, it's a kick-in. That's the normal for futsal. And we're going to basically start watching the two teams play. And right off the bat, you're going to notice that immediately all players are moving all the time. In other words, there is no downtime, as opposed to an outdoor 5v5 game where the playing field is a lot bigger. You might actually have players that just, hanging out in the back. Here, as you can see, the white team as well as the red team, the ball is moving around. They're trying to manage it and get possession, but every single player is moving up and down the court. Every single player is engaged into the game, which again is a big benefit. You want to get the players to get used to constantly moving with and without the ball. And right now, the white team is possessing the ball. A couple of good passes. As you guys can see, the white players are moving, and the red players are adjusting to defending the ball. Again, white team is doing a very good job of passing the ball and moving. As you guys can see, all four players have moved up into the attacking half of the court as they possess the ball. Okay, there is nobody hanging out in the back. The white team scored a goal. It's a kickoff for the red team. Immediately, the red team spread out the court. And again, as you guys can see, the red team is trying to possess the ball, and all players are moving. The white team in defending are moving constantly to adjust to what the red team is doing. Again, now white team is winning possession of the ball, and immediately the red team switches from attacking to defending mode. And once again, the thing that is a constant is all four field players are moving with and without the ball to adjust. Again, white team is having the ball. As you guys can see, it's a game that, white team possesses the ball a little bit more, but because of the tight space, are struggling to maintain possession and create a flow into the game. Also, trying to string passes together, which is another benefit of futsal. Tight space, not enough time, trying to string passes together, move the ball around, and advance the ball. Once again, the white team is trying to possess the ball, losing it. The red team has the ball, attacking it. Immediately, as you guys can see, the white team adjusts and moves back to defend. All four players. Now, white team is trying to possess the ball once again. All four white players are moving up. So it's very, very important to understand why futsal is so important in transitions. Defense to offense, offense to defense, being able to rotate and adjust from an attacking mode into a defensive mode, and from a defensive mode to an attacking mode. constantly. The ball is constantly moving. Possession is constantly changing. Both teams are limited by the space, and both teams are under all duress and always pressure from the other team. As soon as one team wins the ball, the other team immediately tries to put pressure on the ball. The better team will possess the ball a little bit more. But once again, tight space, not enough time, forces both teams to struggle to maintain possession. You'll see a lot of kicking around. You don't see a lot of possession in this particular game so far. Both teams are struggling to maintain possession. Both teams. Why? Well, white team is doing a little bit better job of trying to maintain possession. Again, as you just saw, one player passed the ball and she immediately moved up. Let's actually go back again and let's see. I'm gonna just move this just a tad back. Okay. So you guys can see here. Moving my screen out of the way. All right, so let's see if I moved it back enough. Let's see here. Maybe not. Okay. All right, so goalkeeper puts the ball out. Player passes the ball, tries to move up. They try to switch positions, but they make a mistake. Red player does a good job in trying to steal the ball. Okay, not a good touch. One pass, as you guys can see, the player who passed the ball moved to a different position. Another rotation, different position. So now you guys can see. Okay, let's just pause this. Let's just pause this. Okay, let's start from here. Okay. So the goalkeeper. Did I just move it back too far? No. Let me see. Yeah, I moved a little bit too far. Yeah, it is. Okay. Here's where the mistake happened. The goalkeeper gets the ball. White team loses possession. I think I just messed up the spot where what I wanted to show you guys is basically how they are trying to pass the ball and change position. So here's, we're just going from here. So basically the number 11 passed the ball and then kind of moved away. Number 11 now is going up, pushing up into the attack. Number 5 is dropping back to have that balance. Okay. So as you guys can see, like again, if you don't know the positions in futsal, you have a fixer who's the defender, alas are the midfielders, and a pivot is the target or the attacking player. So now let's see here. Let's go. So we have number 5 here opening up, number 11 opening up quickly. The goalkeepers instruct him to stretch the court. These two players who seem to be in an attacking mode, in a pivot mode. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay, so they both try to stretch that. This particular player moved here to open up. Number 5 is going closer to the ball. Number 11 passes the ball and then goes behind number 5. Number 5 takes a touch. Number 5 takes a touch and crisscrosses in front of 11. As soon as number 5 passed the ball to the other player, she proceeds to make a move. Okay, so now number 5 goes into the attacking pivot spot. This player touches the ball. Let's see what happens. This player now comes back in a quickly becomes a fixo defending, passes the ball back to 11. Now 11 is the deepest player. She's a fixo. Okay, she tries to pass the ball back through. Obviously, the ball was lost. But what I'm trying to basically indicate here, guys, and show you is how the movement of the players is encouraged in futsal. In other words, just like, unlike most outdoor soccer games where players are encouraged to stay in your spot, stay in your position, keep your positions. This is not the case in futsal, which, by the way, when you start playing high level soccer, okay, um, players are encouraged to pass and move. So you will see very often an attacking a back, an attacking midfielder. You will see a back pass the ball to a midfielder, overlap, change position. The midfielder will take the back's position. Okay, the midfield who got the ball back from the back will pass maybe to an attacker. The midfield will keep going into the attack and become part of the attack. So you will see positional changes in soccer. At high levels, it's encouraged. Coaches are looking to have players be able to switch positions and go from, let's say, an attacking position to a defensive position, or a defensive position to attacking position. Again, all this has to be done, of course, at the right time, at the right moment, with discipline. You can't just be running around all over the place without any purpose. All right. All that is expected. But this is where futsal is crucial in players recognizing how to pass the ball, move with or without the ball, but at the same time as the video ends, at the same time, players need to recognize balance. In other words, not all four players are going to run into the attack. Okay, you're going to have one player play a little further back, so there can be depth into the attack in case we lose the ball and the other team transitions into the attack. We have a player covering back. So I hope this quick little video shed a little bit of light into one of the elements of futsal. Well, actually a couple, not just one. But the most important element in this video was basically, and let's just play the video a little bit more, okay? While I'm talking. So hopefully you guys can, again, see what we're talking about. One of the elements is basically always moving up and down the court, okay? Where in an outdoor soccer game, even if that's a 5v5 game, because the space of your average grassroots 5v5 game is much larger, you may have one player just sitting in the back, hardly moving at all. The other three players are attacking, okay? And one player just sitting there, waiting for his teammates to win the ball and possibly pass the ball back to them, okay? In futsal, you can't do that. In futsal, the time and the space is very small, and the time is so quick that if you have one player, hanging in the back, well, then you got a 3v4 most likely, unless you have a player hanging back because the other team has a player hanging in the attacking half, cherry picking as we call it, right? That's a different story. Then the coach instructs the team to mark, man to man, 1v1, all on the court. But most cases, again, what we're trying to emphasize is ball movement with the ball and without the ball, and everybody moves as a unit, meaning that four players moving up and down, okay? Discipline, keeping some kind of shape. If the coach tells them to play a 2-2 or a 1-2-1 or a 1-3 or a man-to-man, there's different variations. So depending on what the coach instructs them, the players are moving up and down the court, right? In discipline manner. And then when they lose the ball, they quickly need to transition. So again, as you guys watching the game once again, all right, you'll see movement by both teams, constant movement all the time. For one thing, that makes the game a lot more engaging for the players. Why? Because they're always around the ball. They always have an opportunity to touch and play with the ball. Where in an outdoor scenario, sometimes, you might have a back, and if the team is dominating, the back is like hardly touching the ball. Here, up and down the court, movement, boom, boom. Every player has an opportunity to touch the ball. So once again, in recapping this quick analysis in this video, trying to show you guys how teams are moving with and without the ball, and how on the attacking side rather, and how the defensive side team is always moving constantly, trying to dispossess the attacking team of the ball. And then when the transition happens, the roles change. And then also, because of the tight space and the limited time, how difficult it is for teams to maintain control. Obviously, the better teams and the better a team becomes, the easier it is to maintain control. Once again, this is your typical futsal game all across the U.S. and in other countries as well. They play in basketball courts, unless you go to a tournament or to an event where they actually have regulation-sized futsal courts, which happen to be a little bit larger. Not actually, they are quite a bit larger than just a basketball court. Now the game changes a little bit. There's a little more space, and the variables and the dynamics of the game change as well. Hope I gave you guys a quick analysis. Watch for more videos. By the way, please share, subscribe, comment, watch the videos all the way through. Love to hear what you guys have. By watching the videos all the way through, you help us navigate through the algorithm of YouTube, keeping us relevant. Commenting and on the bottom of the video also helps, and ask us specific questions so we can address them. Also, maybe there's something that in particular you want us to analyze. Maybe we can find a video and analyze that. Again, share and subscribe to the channel as it helps us navigate through the algorithm and stay relevant. Till our next video, guys, hope you have a great futsal season.